My name is Howard Crook, and this is a video about a gravity feed water system in Nyankumbu Sub-County, Kasese District in the western region of the Republic of Uganda. The water system has been built by Karibo Amos, director of the Kaha Company Limited and his associates, with the help of a loan from me. This video summarizes the system description and presents video produced by Amos to describe the system. I have edited the raw video in order to present the information to an American audience. Much of the description is in Amos's words. I apologize if my pronunciation of some names is not correct. For those who are not familiar with Uganda, it is located in East Africa. I have used Google Earth to zoom into the location of the project shown by the arrow. A further zoom shows the location of Uganda with Lake Victoria also shown. The project is in the western part of Uganda in the shadow of the Rwenzori Mountains on the border with the Congo. Here is an overview of the Kaha water system. The major parts of the system are the source collection tanks, the pipeline from the source to the Kabagoli tank in yellow, the Kabagoli distribution system in green, the pipeline from the Kabagoli tank to the Kinyamanyawandi system, again in yellow, and the distribution lines for the Kinyamanyawandi system in blue and yellow. From the source at the top of this picture, the water is sent by a pipeline to the Kabagoli tank. This picture shows the route of the pipeline in yellow through the hills to the Kabagoli tank. The process of laying out the path of the pipe so that water would flow was hard because the terrain is very rugged. You will see the terrain as Amos traces this path. The path was laid out using on-the-ground investigation and input of elevations from Google Earth to suggest possible routes. The path was adjusted to avoid major obstacles. In the following video, Amos will describe the source and take us on a trip along the pipeline to the Kabagoli tank.
Where we are standing now is the first intake. It's the best intake that we have. It's the intake that has a lot of water. And that's the pipe that is taking the water to the said tank. Where we are standing now is the second intake. This is our first manhole, and that is the second manhole. These two manholes helps us in the cleaning because this is a long stretch on our intake too. This is our second intake pipe. This pipe also leads to the said tank. Where we are standing now is where we have the outlet pipes. And this is now the trench that is leading to the said tank. This is our intake. This pipe is now connected to the intake, the first intake and the second intake, and now putting the water into the shady tank. And we are using a 75 millimeter pipe. What we are seeing here now is our shady tank. This shady tank has two chambers. Inside of this chamber there are gravels, and then it helps us also to filter the water. That is filtration chamber, and then this one is the second chamber. It is the intake chamber that takes water now to the main pipe running down the Kabagoli tank. Our said tank, on the outlet, we still have some overflow. This is on our second chamber. It's a sign that we still have a ballast of some water. So if we can increase the volume of our pipe, where we reduce the 75 to 63. If we put more 75s, that means this ballast we are saying here is also going to be consumed by people who need this. Still, if you see down, it's a sign that there's still a lot of water. The stream is still giving us some water beneath. So it means we still have some ballast that we can give to other villages that need. 2 or 6 villages can still consume the ballast that we have. It has two control valves. It has a valve that is taking water to the Kabagoli, the Mnyawan system, majorly the Kabagoli tank. It has also a small pipe, 32 millimeter pipe, that is taking water to the community tap that we are going to see even next. This is now our 75 millimeter. It's near the community tap. This one is running the water up the Kabagoli tank. And this one is our 32 millimeter. It's now taking water to the community taps. They are outside, they're on the surface because of the origin. You can see the water that we still have in the stream. Still a lot of water. If we can go up again and capture it, we shall be having good water that we need. These are now the community taps that we put on a stream. Yeah, we have 2 heads and all are working well. And the people you're seeing next are the people that are collecting water from the taps that we made. People no longer even get water from the stream. They all now collect from the clean water that we made. Where I'm standing now, I'm standing on the pipe, our main line that's running to Kavole Tank. We are now from the source, the community tap, we are now moving on our main line until we reach the Kavole Tank. Where I'm passing exactly is where our pipe is moving. So we are going to carve. Our pipe is now going to begin carving the hill. Yeah. Where we have reached now, we are on the slanting slope. We are now going to begin our sharp curve, moving away to the hill. We are now beginning the hills. What you see here is our pipe that is taking our water to the Kavole Tank. It's outside just because of the rain stream. So the rain stream has been washing. There's no effect of it. The pipe is still in good condition. We're moving along the trench, but I'm going down. I'm going to show you the trench main line. I think I want to take there some coordinates. Yeah. Where I'm standing on the trench. And here our pipeline is outside. What we are planning here, we did not manage to dig down because there was a lot of stone quarry. And what we are doing, we are going to plant some grass downward. So it will be bringing the soil as it is covering the pipe slowly. This is the point we are going to negotiate again on the hill, and then we'll begin another view of the trench, of the main line. Yeah, you can see now we have started rising up the hills. We are no longer now in the valley. Our water now is going to curve, and then we see moving along other hills. Where we are seeing down there is where the stream has been passing. So for us, we are now up on the hill. That's the stream valley. Our pipe crossed in the valley. You can see here it's outside. It's just on a deep stream valley. There are a lot of the rain stream that crosses here. So we did not manage to make a trench there, but the rain stream valley have no effect. They pass down, our pipe is up. This is our third air release. We plugged it. It also needs a manhole. And it needs some nipples and the control valves. All those we plan to put them when we are building the manhole. I think it's the same situation we have been finding along the valleys. Even here, the rain stream, the pipe is above it. So, but there's no bad effect on it. The pipe is in a good condition. You had lunch? Yeah, this is our lunch. We are now so far close to a half of the journey. And my guys have brought some food. I think we are going to lunch. Then after lunch, back to field. Thank you. Yeah, where we are now, we're in the quarry, but this pipe was underground, but because of the quarry activity, they put it up. So what they have done themselves, they have put a stand that is helping it to go underground. But I see we need to put up other concrete stands so that our pipe is safe. Because when you see, it's still bending to other activities. But I hope we need to do something on this pipe. Where we are standing, it's where we are reducing our main pipe. That is from a 7.5 to 63 millimeter. What you're seeing there, it was a 7.5 millimeter. But just near it on the quarry is where we have a 63 millimeter, reducing from 75 to 63. Yeah, now we can see these yams that are being planted on our own mainland. They are planted by the farmer so that he can know, or she can know where the pipe is. It's a kind of demarcation to show exactly where the line is. So when she's plowing, she cannot tamper with our pipe. We are even happy with that strategy because it is a good strategy of the farmer to make sure that our pipes are in good condition. All we are moving on the main line, and here we are going to drop in some deep valley. As I write the coordinates, a long clip. Yeah. We are now out of the valley. I think this is one of our last valleys that we crossed. So we are now going to go. We are working on our main line. Yeah, where we are standing is the peak now of another last hill. So from here, immediately our faces are facing now the Kabole tank. Even our eyes are seeing where we are going to drop the tank. We are here on the hill, it's also the same situation. You can see a lot of stones. Our pipe is outside because we did not manage to dig there, but it's outside. It's also still protected by the community. It's not tampered with. Maybe we shall also sit down and see the strategy and see how we can work over that. You can see us now. We are moving. We are now closer to Kabole tank.
I'm standing at Jime Tap. We put this tap on our own main line, but near the Kabole tank. We did this to reduce the population pressure at Kabole tank tap.
So this is where we are now. We are now to the tank. We have arrived now home to the tank. You can turn us and see us to the tank. Finally, we are at the Kabole tank. We started our journey at 7:30 and we have arrived at midday. The crew that have been with him, this is called Muisa Yason. He is my field assistant. He has been working as the field attendants. This is what they call the field attendants. Their role is to move along the lines. He is called Shamim Karavio. He's also my schema attendant. He has been helping me variously in the field all the way. Maintenance of the lines and the source and the distribution line. He's called Karavio Tep the Leonard. He's my brother, the one who follows me. He's in school at Makerere University. He has been helping me in the computer operations in the field. He is called Kaliboa. He's the man, he has been helping us, who have been working with him doing the trenching. He has also been guiding us on the line and see how the trench moves. I myself talking is Karavio. The one talking, I'm Karavio Amos, the director, car company, and Chaminyawande Action for Rural Community Development. All those two companies and the CBO Community Development Organization, we are working together.
Once the water reaches the Kabagoli tank, it is distributed to the Kabagoli system. The branches of the distribution system are shown in green, with the main pipeline feeding the branches in yellow. There are taps at branches of this with the system where water is sold. The taps are named for their locations: Sabasi, Kelangore, Trading Center, etc. Each of these taps has a water meter to determine the amount of water being sold. At present, water is being sold for 100 Ugandan shillings for a 20-liter can. That is about 3 cents United States. At each tap, the people are assigned to monitor the sales and sell the water. Their income is periodically collected, and they are paid a salary or a percentage of the sales. In the following section, Amos will describe the Kabagoli distribution system and show how water is sold and distributed at several of the tap locations.
And it is our third day in the field. We are now beginning here at the Kabagoli tank. We are going to show the taps, the distribution lines today. And here now I would like to show you the control valves that we are using here at the tank. We have this valve, this line, as you're seeing it, is leading to this tank. And we have also another control valve. This valve here for it is to take water to the Chaminyawande tank. So we have here a T. If you want to take only water to the Chaminyawande tank, we only just close the main to Kabole tank, and then all the water goes to Chaminyawande tank. For example, today is a day, because the tank is full, we now just open down and all the water will flow down to Chaminyawande tank. Now you can see this is our main manhole at the tank, and this is how we protect it. We covered our tank and we have a padlock. So every evening or every hour, our tank is ever closed, just to protect our water from anything that can happen to it by the community. So we are going to open it and we are going to see the inside, what was the quantity that we are going to give the community today. This tank is a small tank, but so helping, because the water that we are going to see, by evening hour, it will be over. That's why we saw the control valves, because after that we close, we fill at night the tank, and during the day the water goes down to the Chaminyawande system. So now this is the opening of the tank. This is the flow that we have. It's a daily flow, and our tank was full, but because we came late, they had opened the water, so already some water had gone to the community. And we have just turned it back to the tank just because we want to see our red flow. But we are going to put off so the water can go down to another, the Chaminyawande system. We open the valve, the down valve. Yeah. You can see when we open up the down valve, all the water goes down the down tank. That's the Chaminyawande system. So that's the quantity that we are going to supply the whole day to the Kabole system. And by evening, they'll have consumed the water, because it didn't rain yesterday. I suspect people will take good water today. Yeah, where we are now is the Kabole tap at the tank. This is what I call tap at the tank. And you can see it has a water meter. It helps me to monitor someone who helps me in selling the tap. So I'm flowing down. The tap is near the main line. You can see it just down. Either flow down, you put up the clip. Now the Siva's tap. You can see people are fetching the water, and there's some jerrycans over there by the side. What next? It has a meter. This is a meter. It helps us to control, and it's protected. It has a padlock. Everything is protected here. Where I'm standing now, I'm standing on the main line from the Kabole tank. And when this man is on, there is a T which is now moving past near tap. And what we are seeing there is what we call the town tap. Bana, you can come and this guy is called the school dropout, and he helps us in selling the water on daily basis. We pay him salary every month for the work that he's doing. This tap is not on tender system. It's now back to the company. We collect the money daily, and we pay him salary every month. Where we are standing now is the T along the Okonia Cosmas tap main lines. But this one is a T to this medical center. Is what we call Hallelujah Medical Center. We are going to go in and we can see the medical center tap. This is the medical center tap. We also have a water meter. We charge him monthly. Majorly, it's water helping for the sick, the patients. But for us, we charge the owner of the health center. Yeah, he's called the Sabun Julius. He's the director of Hallelujah Medical Center. So this is his staff, and he's the one helping us in helping the patients here in Mshenene Trading Center. He has something that he can speak that you can hear it by yourself.
Okay. I appreciate the company that which has brought this water here. Anyway, it has assisted us here, the patients and both the staff members and the other peoples in the area. So congratulations are given to you.
I think that is a very nice achievement to us, to this health center. We are now at the last end of the Okonia main line, and this is what we call the Okonia tap. You can see these are the neighbors who are coming to buy water. We sell water 100 per 20 liter of a jerrycan. The colleague coming is the one we call Mr. Yokunia. We are here at his own tap. You can see here we still have a lot of flow here. It means if we have a second tank, we can still take this main line deep down to other households so that they can also get water near their households. Where we are standing now is what we call the church tap. So, while some people are collecting their water, I think the tap is in a good order and is functional. Turn around and see the church. We call it the church tap because it's near the church, as you can see in the video. These are young pupils of the church primary school. Just extend. Yeah, I think now we're at the end point of the Josephat main line. This is the line from the church to Josephat tap, and this is what we call Josephat tap. Helping. This is Vida Annette, and she's the one who helps us in selling the water. We pay her monthly salary. Where we are standing now, this is another line. It's what we call the Nyamalikuku tap. You can see the jerrycans, people are collecting water. So I think our system is working. It also has the water meter, as you can see. All these are meters which are helping me to monitor the guys who are helping me to sell the water. Because it becomes very automatic. I just calculate how many units you have sold, and then we can go on by that. We are now from lunch, and we are now back on the main lines. We are still in the Kabole system main line. We are back to the junction that is taking water to Kolonkoire Trading Center. We are now going to follow the main line up the Kolonkoide Trading Center. Where we are standing now, I'm standing on the T that is giving Khartoum Tap. Khartoum Tap is a tap that's located on the Kolonkoide main line. That is still the sublines from the Kabole tank. As you can see, this is the tap. This tap still has a meter, though it has no box. This meter, we use it to monitor our cells. It keeps us. Now, he's called Campare Cosmos. He's the one who helps us in selling the water. And this is the tap in. We don't give them commission. We pay him salary, monthly salary, because he helps us. His work is to sell the water. We are now in Nyachiumbu. This is Nyachiumbu. It's Nyachiumbu Free Village. So we are heading from here to now the Kolonkoide Trading Center tap. On this line, we have only two taps, the Khartoum tap and the Kolonkoide Trading Center tap. Yeah, currently where we are standing, this is Kolonkoide Trading Center tap. I think it's the most congested tap. The problem we have, this tap has a lot of villages that are coming here to collect water. As the situation of is finding, we can help other villages here. Maybe if we can build up another tank, because we may not extend one tank to other extra villages. And this guy is called Alan. He's a school dropout. We can say a way forward how we can help him with as a company. He's the one helping us how to sell water. We pay him a monthly salary. You can view the town and all people around us, the people who came to collect water from our tap. Yes? Pictures of course. Yes, on this tap, I did put on the extra, this portable pipe. It's helping this Alan who's selling the tap to make sure he can feed or he can fetch more jerrycan as he can. It also eases his work because when this one is full, he puts in the next. Because this tap all the time he gets a lot of jerrycans. Man.
The Kinyan-Minyawandi distribution system is fed by a pipeline that is parallel to the Kabagoli feed line. As Amos mentioned, the water from the source feeds the Kabagoli tank overnight and then is diverted to the Kinyan-Minyawandi system during the day. This picture shows the pipeline in yellow from the top left to the bottom left, which feeds the Kinyan-Minyawandi tank, and the lines down there. There is a branch that goes off to the right, which is in blue, which goes to the Kinyan-Minyawandi Trading Center and the Bukangara Trading Center. In the next part, Amos describes the Kinyan-Minyawandi system.
Today is 9th August 2018, and this is our 4th day in the field. We are now going to show the continuation of Chaminyawande main line. And this is now the separate, we are looking at now when they separate from the Kawaole main line, because along they have been moving parallel together. Where we are standing now is where the Kawaole main line ends. It ends at the church tap. So we are also standing on the main line at the church tap that continues down to Chaminyawande tank. Yeah, we are here standing on the middle point of the Chaminyawande tank main line. And you can see down, this is the next house you see, is what we call, this one, St. Joseph Catholic Church. We are currently still in the middle point of the Chaminyawande main line to the tank. We are now going to rotate here. As you see, we are crossing the road. When we reached here, we crossed the road, and we did use the culvert to cross. You can turn and come to the culvert. we did come and we put a pipe in the culvert. So, but as we were moving along, we found up some leakage. I think there's someone who tampered with our pipe. And down you can see him. Just crossed through the culvert, and then we are going to move to our right down the tank. But when we reached here at the culvert, there could be someone who tampered with our pipe, and we're seeing there's a leakage here. Seeing maybe he tampered with it, but a small leakage. So the scheme attendants will come and then they repair it. We can see there's some water coming in. We are standing now is the junction. It's a T that leads water to Chaminyawan tank. As you can see down, this is now going to Chaminyawande tank. And this one is going to the Chaminyawande and Bukangara Trading Center taps. It's our manhole, it's us who built it in the new rehabilitation process. And as you can see down valley, that's where the Chaminyawande tank is. And the Bukankara and Chaminyawande taps are also along the main line. Where we are standing now, we are standing at Chaminyawande Trading Center tap. But we didn't see a lot of people who are collecting water. Just saw one jerrycan. It's just within a small center that we call Chaminyawande Trading Center. You can see these are primary school kids. They just started from Chaminyawande Primary School, which is the nearby school in town. That's for some schools that also need some water, they can also get some help. From this stop, we are going to flow down. We are going now down to Bukangara Trading Center tap. And on our main line, Bukangara Trading Center tap will be the last stop on this main line. Where we are standing now, we are standing at Bukangara Trading Center tap. But we can see, we saw some good number of jerrycans. People have come to collect some water. And from here, we have two villages where we can extend the project from. We have Chasero 1 village and Nyamatunga village. We feel if we can get funds for pipes, we are able to extend this water because here we still have enough water that can serve those two villages. Yeah, we are now finally at Chaminyawande tank. And now we are here, we are going to show one line that rehabilitated where the community is getting water currently. And the current working taps. That's the Amon and the Kisubi taps. We are also going to show two lines that are not yet rehabilitated. That's the Simon line and Otim line. We have just three lines, but currently one line is the one that's working on this tank. Yeah, where we are standing, this is now the end point of our main line that we have been following. And this tap is what we call Kisubi tap. You can see for it, it has a meter. It helps me to monitor how much has been sold. It serves a lot wide of community because we have not yet put a second tap down to it. I think if we get fund, we shall be able to extend to other villages. For example, there is Nyachirango 2 and its neighborhood.
Now that you have had a tour of the Kaha system, I thought I'd give you some information about how much water is being provided. At present, Kaha is selling about 1,100 cans or 22,000 liters of water per day. This corresponds to a gross income of 3,315,000 shillings per month, about $920 US. The actual income is about 3,620,000 shillings or $1,005 US because of some taps pay a fixed fee and are not metered. Expenses to operate and maintain the system are about 2,500,000 shillings per month, giving a net income of about 1 million shillings per month. The net income can be used to pay back the loan and provide a fund for possible unanticipated repairs. As Amos built the system and it became operational, he had many requests to expand the system to provide water to unserved areas. There is still a large need for clean water in the area. Amos has discovered that there is another tank with no water in it. This is the Nyakyambu tank that is shown in the top middle of this picture. It is about 1,000 meters from the Kabagoldi tank. I apologize for the poor quality of the picture. Amos proposes to continue the pipeline from the source past the Kabagoldi tank to the Nyakyambu tank. I have placed a circle around the area that could be served by this tank if it had water. I am not sure if you can see it due to the poor quality of the picture, but there is a very dense population in this area. This is indicated by the large number and density of roofs in the area. The present pipeline diameter is reduced from about 75 millimeters to 63 millimeters at the quarry. The proposal is to increase the diameter of the pipeline from the quarry to the Nyakyambu tank. This should provide enough water to fill both the Kabagoldi tank and the Nyakyambu tank. If this extension is made, it will more than double the number of people served.
You say you call Augustine Mumbeha. He's saying it's called Augustine Mumbeha. He has just got water a long way stream. It's the stream we call Chanzi, but it's a long way journey stream. This is one of the areas that where we feel we can extend water from. For example, we are now from the Kolonkoile Trading Center, but we are looking at areas where we can extend the gravity system. But you can see this is a long journey system having a small tank. It cannot serve this area. It means if we have to extend the system, since we have good water at our source, we should have to build another reserve tank, which tank should be able to supply water to another extra villages that need the water. And if we do it, we shall be able to help the needy community that we need to serve. Now, where we are standing, this is what we call the Nyakyambu 2 tank. This tank was used by the border scheme, but the border scheme collapsed 20 years ago. Up to now, it's not being used. But for us as car company, we think if we can bring water here, we can be able to give more 8 to 10 villages with clean, safe drinking water. The best strategy, if we are to bring water here, it means we need to bring our 75 millimeter pipe. That is from our source, that's from the quarry, using a 75 millimeter pipe up to this tank. Then we divide the water. We can put a 63T to feed the Kabole tank using a 63. And we can still maintain the Chaminyawande land system using 63. And the balance, since we are using a 75 millimeter pipe up to here to Nyakyambu tank, then we shall be able to feed Nyakyambu reserve tank, which is now currently empty, and now we can help other more need villages that need clean, safe drinking water. We estimate this tank can still serve more than 8 to 10 villages that need water. I think we have coordinates who have been passing around because we have the Mushisho village, Tagata. We have the Nyakyambu 1, Nyakyambu 2. All those villages have no water. This goes to addition to other small villages that are neighbors to those villages that I've mentioned. I think if we can get fund and put water here, we shall be able to help the needy rural poor community that have no water.
This is the end of the description of the Kaha water system. You have seen how the present system works and have been given an idea about the possibility of additional expansion. Clean water is being supplied to many people who did not have access to it. The system can be doubled in size by connecting the Nyakyambu tank and building a distribution system from that tank to a densely populated area lacking clean water. A back-of-the-envelope calculation says that this will require an additional $20,000. I do not have that kind of money to invest. In the meantime, Amos and Kaha will continue to operate the present system, fix the problems, and make incremental additions as funds permit. Maybe there are people or groups who would be interested in providing funds to expand the system. I hope that is the case.